Hi and welcome to the Blue Mouse Knits. Today I'm going to give you a tutorial on seed stitch. Seed stitch is a very beginner friendly knit stitch that is just a 1-row repeat and is completely reversible. It creates this wonderfully beautiful texture with these purl bumps, and I'm going to show you how to do it. To begin, you're going to need to cast on an odd number of stitches. Here I've cast on 17, but any odd number will work. In order to work this stitch, you're going to follow a repeat of a knit 1 followed by a purl 1 until you have 1 stitch left on your needle, which you will knit. So to begin, we're going to go into the first stitch as if to knit. So go into that front loop of this stitch, and then you're going to wrap your yarn around and pull it through to knit that stitch. And then you're going to bring your yarn to the front because we're going to purl the next stitch. So you're going to go into the stitch as if to purl, and then you're going to wrap your yarn around and pull it through. So that is 1 repeat because we did a knit 1 followed by a purl 1. So you're just going to repeat those 2 stitches until you only have 1 left on your needle. So go ahead and bring your yarn to the back and work that again. So go into that first stitch as if to knit, wrap your yarn around and pull it through, and then bring your yarn to the front, go into the next stitch as if to purl, wrap your yarn around and pull through. And just keep doing that until you only have 1 stitch left on your needle. And when you only have 1 stitch left on your needle, we're going to knit it. So go into that stitch as if to knit, wrap your yarn around and pull it through. And there you have it. Our first row is done. And the really easy thing about this stitch is that every row is the same. So you can go ahead and turn your work, bring your yarn to the back of your work again, and then you just repeat that. So we're going to work a knit 1 followed by a purl 1 until you only have 1 stitch left on your needle. So I'll show that to you again one more time, slowly in case you're a beginner. So I am bringing my needle into this first stitch, into the front loop. So it kind of crisscrosses like that. And then we're wrapping the yarn around. You want it to go from the front of your needle around to the back. And then pull it through and slide that stitch off your left-hand needle. And then we're going to work a purl stitch. So you're going to move your yarn in between your needles to the front of your work. And then we're going to go into the next stitch as if to purl. So go into it from right to left, into that front loop. And then we're going to bring our yarn from front to back again. So up and over that needle around to the back, and then pull that loop through. And then you can slide that off of your left-hand needle. And that is 1 repeat. So bring your yarn to the back of your work again. And you're just going to repeat that until you have 1 stitch left. And when you only have 1 stitch left, make sure your yarn is in the back of your work. And we're going to go into that last stitch as if to knit. So go into that front loop and kind of crisscross your needles like this. And then wrap the yarn around from front to back over that right hand needle and pull that loop through and slide it off your left hand needle. And there you have it. You've done 2 rows of seed stitch. Now if you want to keep going, you just turn your work around and repeat that row again. And if you want to know the difference between common knit stitches such as seed stitch, moss stitch, garter, stockinette, and rib, you can watch my other video on that here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more tutorials and podcasts.